Okay, today we're going to learn about ODUE boot verbs. So just to remind you that a boot verb is pretty much a normal verb, but it has one extra step, one exception. In this case, we're going to change the O in the stem to UE in the forms that are inside of the boot. And to remind you, these are the forms inside of the boot. Remember, if you outline it, it kind of looks like an ugly boot. And then nosotros and vosotros are outside of the boot. Okay, so far, just to remind you, we have learned querer, cerrar, and preferir, which are all E to IE boot verbs. Querer to want, cerrar to close, preferir to prefer. We've also learned two E to I boot verbs, pedir to ask for or to order, and servir to serve. So this E will change to I inside of the boot. Okay, now we have 6 ODUE boot verbs. And there are far more boot verbs than this in Spanish, but this is probably our last set for now of boot verbs that you need to know. So almorzar, we're just going to go through the definitions really quickly. You have these in your vocab, but I think it would be wise to write them down on your notes as well, just so you have something super easy to reference. So almorzar is to eat lunch. Costar is to cost. Dormir is to sleep. I've had students in the past say that when you go to college, you're going to sleep in your dorm room. So hopefully that's an easy way to remember it. Encontrar is to find. If you find something, you encounter it, and this kind of looks like encounter. Poder is to be able or can. This one is not a cognate, not super easy, but definitely worth memorizing if you think about how often you would use can in English. This is super useful. And then volver is to return or to go back. And I've had students before say it starts with the same 4 letters as Volvo, the car. And so if you drive a Volvo, when the Volvo leaves home in the morning, it always returns back at night. Okay, so I'm going to go through all 6 of the verbs. At any point, if you want to pause the video and try them on your own and then come back and check your work, I think that would be a great idea. So, almorzar, to eat lunch. We have almuerzo, almuerzas, almuerza, almorzamos, almorzáis, almuerzan. So remember, these 2 are outside of the boot, so we do not stem change. These 4 are inside, so we did stem change. Costar to cost. Questo, cuestas, cuesta. Costamos, costáis, and cuestan. Really though, you're only probably going to use these bottom 2 for costar because things cost money, right? So this would be it costs, and this would be they cost. So if you want to say that the book costs a certain amount of money, el libro cuesta, and then whatever currency you're using, dollars or euros or pesos. If you want to say that something plural costs, like books, los libros cuestan 10 pesos or something along those lines. Okay, dormir is to sleep. Yo duermo, tú duermes. Él, ella, usted duerme. Nosotros dormimos. Vosotros dormís. And ellos, ellas, ustedes duermen. Also, don't forget, in addition to stem changing, we also have to make sure that we're using the correct endings. So lots of things that you have to remember at this point. Dormir is an IR verb, so we're using the IR endings versus AR or ER. Encontrar, to find. Encuentro, encuentras, encuentra. Encontramos, encontráis, encuentran. Poder would be yo puedo, I can. Tú puedes, you can. Él, ella, usted puede, he, she, or you formal can. Nosotros podemos, we can. Vosotros podéis, y'all usually only in Spain can. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes pueden, this would be they can, these would be they, and ustedes would be y'all usually in Latin America can. I think this is the last one. Volver, to return. Yo vuelvo, tú vuelves. Él, ella, usted vuelve. Nosotros volvemos. Vosotros volvéis. And ellos, ellas, ustedes Well then.